welcome back to Arthelia's Vintage and Handmade. I'm so happy you've joined me today. Welcome to another video. First of all, I would like to say welcome to all my new subscribers. We are like one away from the 50 subscriber mark. I'm really hoping we can push that over so we can head toward 100 next. What this video is today, I'm going to be doing a bunch of haul videos, and I've separated them into categories. This one is going to focus on sewing, and then I will do one for vintage acquisitions, and then I will do a vintage book haul video. So I hope you will stick around and try out the other videos, whichever ones interest you. But let's get on with my sewing finds for the last couple of months, or since the last video. First, I've gotten a couple of prints from my favorite workplace and shop place, Starr Antiques and Vintage Market in downtown Fort Smith, Arkansas. If you're not in the area, it is worth a road trip. Fabulous place. It's very hard to work there and not shop. So I have gotten this little colorized print. It's from an old pattern company. The vendor did not remember the name of the pattern company, but it's in a little frame. Cost me $3. I think it would be, you know, it's just going to be great little decoration for in here in my sewing room. Give you a little close-up on here. I really like the dress and everything, and I think she did a nice job with her color choices and everything. I like the green and the gold, so fun little item there. Then she also had this one, which is like an advertisement. I've seen similar items hanging in the Cracker Barrel, not in what they sell, but in their decor. This one says Raffles Hotel, maybe. I think it's just like a made-up thing, but it describes this dress. Sizes come in 12 to 18 and $2. I'm guessing it was a ad for a pattern. Get the glare off it. But again, I just have it standing up in my sewing room, and I love things like this. I think they're great and give me inspiration for things I want to make. Okay, so next we'll do the patterns. I have a stack of patterns here. Some are vintage, some are the new reissues that are out, so I'll just give you a quick look on what I got there. Simplicity has the 8876 dress, which I love. Got a copy of that right away. This one is kind of a little retro top. Simplicity 8884. Picked up one of those. These all I get at the Joann's $1.99 sale. And then this one is a completely modern pattern, McCall's. This is R10212. Now, that is not the actual pattern number. I will have to pop the number below or on the screen of what the actual pattern number when you search for it is. I couldn't find it in the drawer, but I was walking through the fabric aisles and they had it on the displays there. So when you get a display pattern, it has a different number on it than the ones that are in the drawer and the ones that are in the catalogs. So this one I particularly wanted because I saw this on Inside the Hem Lindsay show when she was going through this line of McCall's. I was really attracted to this version right here because it gives me total 1930s vibes. I love this, and I think in a really nice drapey fabric, this can totally pass for a 1930s dress, because as we know, vintage 1930s patterns are hard to come by. They're usually in the smaller sizes and they're expensive. So I think this will be a great dupe. I love this. So I will get the other number for you if you are interested in that pattern. And then I picked up a few vintage patterns this month. This one again from my favorite Belle Starr. Cute little skirt and peasant top and shorts pattern. It's a little size, but it could be, I mean, it's like a 13. It could be, it's simple enough that it might be a good one to draft. This is 4292 is the pattern number. Just couldn't leave it behind, so had to get that one. And then a friend of mine just yesterday messaged me and said, did you know that this local thrift store has a ton of old patterns and they're 10 cents each? And I was like, no, I did not. So I ran down there this morning and they had bins and bins and bins. The majority of them were all 80s, 90s, some 70s craft patterns, clothing patterns, and they were all in like very, very beat up condition. So there was not much that I wanted, but I did pull some old ones out. I got 4, and even, you know, I haven't gone through them. They may be missing pieces, but for 10 cents, it's definitely worth a gamble. I'm most interested in this one. It's Simplicity 4886. It's a little pants, capri, and shorts. Waist size 24. Very simple pattern. Shouldn't be too hard to grade. Hopefully it has all its pieces. So for 10 cents, got that. And these are more like 60s patterns. But, you know, depending on the pattern, I will, you know, go ahead and get it. And for 10 cents, I'm not going to leave it behind. This one is a great little collection of 5 different skirts. The number is completely ripped off here. I don't know. It might be inside somewhere. Here it is. Simplicity 5884. Skirts. Again, 1960s. Mid to early, I'd probably say. Probably mid-60s. I don't think it has a date on it. Most of these from this time period don't. I could, you know, look it up online and find the actual. Oh, it does. It does have a date. 1965. Oh, I was on mid. Can't get more mid than 1965. Okay, and then this one is a Butterick 2849, bust 32, coat, skirt, and vest pattern. Can't do, you know, skirts are always basic skirts. It doesn't hurt to have them. So, and they're the easiest things to grade, is a simple skirt. So I grabbed that, another dime. And then this one is Simplicity 5207 in a size 14 for the blouse, the skirt, and the little vest, or 1960s. This one also, I think, has a date. Nope, this one doesn't have a date, so it might be a tad earlier. So that was it for me for vintage patterns since my last video. But then I have the treasure that I am dying to get my hands into. I had pre-ordered back in February the Gertie Sews Jiffy Dresses book. I love this so much. This is fabulous. I have not tried it yet, but I've seen so many people have dived into this book already, and I'm so envious because I really, you know, want to do that this week. I gotta get the popover dress done first. I've picked out fabric. As long as I have enough yardage, I think I know what I'm gonna do. It's gonna be you know, these are just great throw-on summer dresses. And living in the South, in Arkansas, where you know, the temperature is, well, let's see, we're in the 70s and 80s now, and it's May. So come June, July, and August, and September, we're going to be, you know, pushing the hundreds. So these are the best things, because nobody wants to wear pants and things that stick to you. Cotton dresses are the way to go. And I recommended this book to a friend yesterday. She's just starting sewing. She has her own vintage company. You can look her up on Instagram. She's Arkie Vintage. She is super sweet. She also has a booth in Belle Starr Vintage Market, but she's starting to want to learn to sew, and I highly recommended this book for her and the popover dress. So I just can't say enough about this. Since I did the pre-order, I got the signed one from Gertie. I love Gertie stuff. The one that I so want to make is the hold on, I'm finding it. The swirl copy. When she showed the pictures on Instagram of the different designs, the plaid swirl that she made, I was just, that had me. If I wasn't convinced before that I needed this book, the swirl dress did it. this is one, but the one that got me is this one. If you have not seen this one around online, this picture is been going around, and people have been making this in plaids, and it is the cutest thing. And the pocket detail that she did, it's pocket stacked over pocket with these big buttons. Oh, I just love it so much. If you watch I Love Lucy, you know Ethel Mertz wore a lot of genuine swirl dresses. They wrap around, cross over in the back, tie. They're so simple. They're great. And to be able to make them, like here's the back design. This is how it looks. Crosses over and ties. Not enough hours in the day. I have so many things I want to do. Okay, so that's on the pattern haul side. That's it for that. Okay, moving on to fabric. I have a stack. I have some that I've ordered online from vintage sellers. I have a ton from Belle Starr, and then I've got a little bit that I picked up online from other new modern fabric. Before I do that, I'm going to quickly show, I got a bunch of buttons. Okay, so I won't show you all of these buttons, but I'll show you a few of the ones that are standouts to me. I've got a bag of great blue buttons. Nice card full of basic black, which always comes in handy. These really cute taupe ones. I love the design on these. I think these are awesome. A bunch of these little orange ones. I'm not a big orange person, but with certain fabrics, I think these will be great accents. They're kind of like a little wedge shape. So yeah, these are great. And anything I can get in a quantity, I'm all about that. There's more. So that's 9 that I have that. And more, 12. Maybe a nice button-down dress, 12 buttons, that would be great. Here's another one with an interesting design that's like in that taupe color, like that. Little green plastic with woven. And then these are 2 different sizes, but I could mix and match them. I could alternate them, large, small, but they are purple glitter, like sparkle luxe type. Vintage, yes, love these. And one of the most interesting things I have never seen. Now, Hollywood patterns, you know, have movie stars on them, and they'll say starring in whatever movie, but I have never seen that on buttons. These are preview movie buttons. I guess it's kind of creased and ripped off. They're these really nice plastic yellow buttons, but they've got a movie star on them. And they tell you that it is Gail Storm and that she can be starring in the Allied Artist feature Stampede. So I haven't looked up that movie, but Gail Storm and Stampede and these buttons. So I think this is really cool. I'm hesitant to even use these for a while because I love this. So that's it for the buttons. And there's more yellows and greens and these little peachy yellow combination ones, but I thought that was totally new and unique. Okay, fabric, here we go. First of all, I had to take a break for over a year from Shop Make This Look on Instagram because her fabrics are to die for, and I could just spend an arm and a leg all the time. And since I really had to cut back on my spending while I was going through my illness, I even messaged her because I didn't want her to think somebody was just, you know, not stop following because they didn't like her stuff. But I love her stuff, and I could buy much more. I've bought more in the past, but I finally put her back on, and I still have to be really careful. But I did succumb a couple of weeks ago when she had this 1940s blue and gray floral cotton. This, I love it so much. I think it was 4 yards. So yeah, quantities in fabrics of this age are hard to come by. I don't find them locally too often, occasionally, but her stuff is always pristine and beautiful, and I love her packing and her little sales slip she has now. Here's her shop. She's on Instagram. Shop Make This Look. Check her out, Mina, she's great. And she always includes some little extra. This time I got buttons, beautiful little white plastic buttons. Sometimes you get little needle packets. Highly recommend. But competition is fierce to get her stuff, so just be warned. Okay, next up I'm going to move on to my stack of Belle Starr Antiques Vintage Market fabrics. A couple of these I've had for a while, but they got misplaced in here and they weren't with my other group, so they missed the last video where I showed fabrics that I had gotten. So this is just, I don't think this is too old, maybe 80s or so, but it's a basic plaid, it's a small print plaid, and it's a woven plaid. It's not a printed plaid, so it's a good quality piece. It's a basic plaid shirts. I'm all about the plaid shirts. I just got to get them made. So that was definitely, I don't have the tag anymore that shows what quantity I have. I'm sure it's at least a couple of yards. And then this one is definitely, I would say 1960s, late 60s maybe. This is a flocked yellow and floral, yellow and white gingham with flowers, and there's flocking on the flowers, white flocking. So had to have that. Cute little summer dress, maybe one of the Gertie dresses, something like that. I don't know if I have enough for a dress. It's, oh, I do have quite a bit. I may have some enough for a small dress. If not, so a blouse, a skirt, we'll see. Let's see. And then these are some of the newer ones. This is just a really sweet print, and it is like little tiny flowers of pink and green in this diamond print. It's almost reminiscent of a feed sack type print. It's really sweet. There's at least 3 yards here of this. This would make a good swirl dress, maybe like that. And then this one is another tiny print. And some of these tiny prints, until you look up close and you say, oh my goodness, this is what this is. This is a fruit print, believe it or not. It has like a little tiny, like an orange, and then a little blue turquoise flower on the center of this, and then the background is like a little red check. Let's see if you can get a good glimpse of what that is. It's so sweet. And see, from a distance, you would never know that that's what that is. And there's probably maybe 3 yards here. Then I'd say I got some smaller pieces. This is maybe about 1.5 yards of red, white polka dot. If it's not enough for, it's just a basic cotton, not enough for a blouse, I can use it as accents on something, pockets, all kinds of things that's good for. This is a genuine vintage. Actually, I think I should have another one of these that's the same but bigger. And I guess I misplaced that one too. So that'll have to be in the next video. But this, and I agree with the vendor when she said it reminded her of vintage linoleum. This is green and orange with a black background. It's so 1950s. It's fabulous. It's not a big piece. This is about it. It's not even, I don't think, a yard. Maybe, just barely, if that. But when it comes to prints like this, I don't care. It can always be used with a solid. It can be collars, cuffs, pockets, all of that. So not worried about that. Same thing with this piece. Again, little vintage flowers and Starr, like atomic starburst in blue. See that? That's another tiny piece. Again, the same thing. Collars, cuffs with a solid cotton, either for a blouse or a dress. And this other one, this is like multiple pieces. I might have enough to do an entire blouse in this. There's two cuts. One's a little larger than the other. Red and white. I know you can hear that cat in the background. You have to. He's crying to come in, but I can't let the cats in here because they go crazy and they climb on things and knock things down. So Tigger, you just need to be quiet and go find something to do. You can't come in. No. Okay, so red and white with adorable green and blue leaves. Prints like this. Oh, love them so much. Okay, and 3 more. This is just a basic, probably just a polyester. There's 2 cuts of this also. One is, it's quite lengthy. Yeah, I've got a lot of this. So this is more than enough for a blouse, because the first piece I had purchased, she, I think it said it was 2 yards, but then she messaged me and said, hey, I have more of that same fabric. I will include that for you. So the joys of working at the shop where you love to buy your favorite vintage fabric, just beyond words. So I may have enough to do a really nice 40s dress maybe out of this. I'm sure it's not going to be fabulous to work with because it's slippery, but hey, I can do it. It's a really nice drape, and I can see it being a really nice little black and white polka dot. So that, yeah, it's 2 lengths of that. Paid $3. Can't be beat. Okay, and another cute little cotton window pane with tiny pink roses. Very sweet. See another swirl maybe? I just gotta get it done. I gotta get it done. Somebody make me sew. And then this one I just picked up yesterday. This is more of a heavier cotton twill. More like shorts or skirt weight, I would think. The print is really cute. I'd say it's probably late 60s, early 70s, but I love the colors. It's bright. It has turquoise flowers in it, red flowers, pink flowers, white flowers, all on a royal blue background. Very bright, very pretty. Maybe a skirt? Not 100% sure. The print to me, I would prefer to wear on top like this, because I think a skirt in this would be too, I don't know, 70s, 80s looking, even 90s print skirts like this. So I'm really gonna have to think about the best use for this. I don't know that how, I mean, it's not extremely heavy. It's not a super heavy twill, but it's definitely a twill. So if you have ideas or suggestions, patterns, what do you think I should do with this? Would 1950s style shorts look good in this? Did they do a lot of prints in the 50s of shorts? Not sure. I'd look through catalogs. I just always envision solids on the bottom, prints on top. So I'm really not sure. And there's quite a bit of this. And I just don't envision this in pants for me. I don't think that would be a good look for me. Up top, yes. How heavy is too heavy for a dress? Can you do a twill dress? Would that be good? Shirt dress? Something like that. Nothing drapey, so it would have to be like a shirt dress. Maybe, you know, with a full skirt. I don't know. We'll figure it out. It'll go in the stash for now. Okay, so that is it for all my vintage pieces. Moving on to what I purchased online. I have not purchased online in quite a while. Thank goodness, because I don't need to. And so this has been here for a little while. This is a knit. I don't buy knits because I don't sew knits. I made one thing in a knit, and it's okay, but I don't have a serger, so I'm more about the wovens and the cottons and rayons and things like that. But I really, really liked this print, and then I had an idea of what I could make out of it. So I said, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get it. This was I think I got it on sale. I can't remember. It's been too long ago now. But I got it on fabric.com. They may or may not still have it. I don't remember if it was on clearance or anything. But it was a very, you know, looks like vintage reproduction print to me, clearly. Wouldn't have been on a print. I mean, it wouldn't have been on a knit then. It looks 40s, late 40s. But the plaid with the flowers, and there's just something about the design of the flowers, excuse me, it just screams vintage to me. So I had the idea to remake a dress that I have made before. It's a woven, and it's a Vogue pattern. I made it several years ago, and there's something about the dress. I'll have to look up the number and post it for you so you'll know what I'm talking about. Alright, I'll just insert a picture of the pattern. Anyway, it's a woven dress. It has a loop open back neck with a button closure. It also has a side zip. Now I think if you eliminate the side zip and just do the back closure, you could totally make this dress in a knit. A lot of people that made the dress back when I had done it and had left reviews, like on the review website, I'm drawing a blank on what it is right now, they have made it, they've totally eliminated the side zip because it was enough to get in and out of the dress with just the back. Now mine, you know, fit me more tailored and snug, so you definitely use the side zip. But that dress is snug enough on me now that I think if I just make the exact same size, the little extra stretch that I will get from this knit, I think it would be really pretty. And it's just a plain basic dress with grown-on sleeves. It doesn't have, you know, you don't have to insert sleeves or anything. It's very simple kimono sleeves. You make a little belt with it, has a little matching pocket on it. So and this fabric is so soft. Oh my goodness, it is the softest. Like, it's like pajamas. The dress would feel like wearing, you know, secret pajamas. But yeah, I really like this print. So that is my plan for this fabric. And then I have an order from Fashion Fabrics Club. This one, actually, I think I got this one before the unbagging video that I did for Fashion Fabrics Club, but I had this and it just didn't make it into my podcast episode. What I have that I got from this sale from them, I got lavender check rayon suiting. So this is suiting that has the look and feel of like a woven, like a linen, but being rayon, it's not going to have that constant wrinkliness about it. And I love a good purple and white lavender gingham. So you can see the nice little texture this has. And there's a specific reproduction simplicity pattern that I have in mind to make this. So I will insert that also. So yeah, I paid, this was, oh my goodness, $8.10 for 3 yards of 54-inch wide. $8.54. I mean, you can't beat that. This must have been one of their mega sales. So yeah, so there's that one. And then I grabbed a couple of, I got just 1.25 yards because that is all you need for Gertie's Rita blouse of pink and green lawn. $2.98. So I'm gonna do these, you know, first. These will be my wearable muslins for that before I go into using any of my vintage pieces for the Rita blouse, but I need a bunch of those. So there's those. And then this one, which I think is totally cool, and I know it did sell out because I saw it the next time I was going through. It's called Brown Multi-Tropical Stripe. And it was really hard to see all of it in the picture. Whenever they have a large print like that in the swatches they give you, you can't really get a full impression of what it is until you get it. But I'm glad I took the chance on this one because this one is really cool. And it says, to me, it speaks, you know, 1940s tropical. I bought 6 yards of this because I was unsure of what I was going to do with it, and being that it's a directional stripe print, I needed, you know, I didn't know how much I was going to need. I wanted to make sure I had enough. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, so for 6 yards of this, I only paid $14.28. All of the fabrics that I purchased per yard were under $3 a yard. $2.70 and $2.38 for the other 3. So when they have a sale, I'm telling you people, you've got to jump on the Fashion Fabric Club sales. I will put my affiliate link down below. Doesn't cost you anything extra. So, and they do have a sale going on now, a 60% off sale. So this is a good time. Use my link and go head on over there and see what you can score. And then tell me about it. But here's the fabric. I guess I should turn it the other way. So the palm trees are right set up. So it alternates with stripes of palm trees. And then hibiscus flowers. Something that looks like a pineapple. But it has colors of teal and green and the beautiful cream color of the palm trees. So, and it's a nice chocolatey brown. I don't know if that comes across on the screen, but I love these colors. It's so 40s to me. And I think they did it in another colorway. I don't remember what it was. I'm drawing a blank. And this is rayon too. Yeah, this is a beautiful rayon. So go on over, check, see, maybe they have it in another colorway, but I know they did sell out of it in this one. But oh, I love this. It's so soft, and the print and the colors, it's perfect. Okay, so that is it. That is it for me today. That's all I have for new acquisitions in Sewing World. So If you're interested in my vintage haul, that will be coming up also, probably next week or whenever these get up. But I want to say thank you so much for joining me today. Please like, please share, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.